Ride out your storm tonight. I'm posting this on the new channel I just done because I already done one on my divorce one, and on the divorce questions it really wasn't a question, so I usually do like the divorce question broadcast on this one. On that one I mean, so I put this one on the third divorce part of the ministry I have. It's Divorce Camp. You can go to Blog Talk Radio /Divorce Camp and you can listen. This is the first broadcast of it. I want to thank each and one tuning in. I'm going to preach to you a little bit about riding out your storm. Love worth finding. Sometimes the sea is calm and wind blows softly, but other times the wind rises, the sky darkens, and we find ourselves in the middle of a terrible storm. We know that's the way of life. It says in Acts 27 we read on such a storm in the life of the Apostle Paul. He had been arrested for preaching the gospel of Christ, and now being taken to Rome to be justified. When they encounter a huge storm, perhaps you even in the midst of a terrible storm yourself, and all hope has seemed to vanish. First, we need to realize that many different types of storms we all can encounter. Then we're going to see what Paul did in his storm and what we shall do. There are normal storms. The Bible says it makes rain on the just and the unjust, Matthew 5:45. We simply live in the world that the storms as a natural part of life. There are some storms we engineer by our own foolishness or disobedience. That's the kind of storms Jonah got into when he tried to flee the presence of God in Jonah 1:1-4. There are also storms God sends us for our growth. Jesus commanded his disciples to get into the boat and go to the other side of the sea, Matthew 4:22-24. He knew a storm was brewing, but he was teaching them a lesson for their development. And these storms were dragged into by other people. That's where we find the Apostle Paul. He was a prisoner who had been tried to warn them, but they wouldn't listen. So he was dragged into the storm by others. You may be going through storms of your life and depression. You may be going through the storms of your life and what you're going through right now, especially if you're going through the divorce. It's a big part of my ministry now because, I am an overcomer, and I like helping other people reach their potential and know that no matter what you're going through tonight, God can still use you, and don't never let nobody tell you that He can't. Sinking the ship. The sailors on Paul's ship took some actions that made them worse. We tend to do some of these things when we find ourselves in the storms.